Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about Hedera's involvement in CBDCs and other fintech initiatives around the world. So in a fairly recent interview featuring the CEO at MTech, Kamel Cadet, she detailed to the number of developments MTech is currently involved in, and she also mentioned as to why MTech chose to implement and utilize Hedera's consensus service into their underlying CBDC framework.
Sounds
Hi,
good.
Carmela. Thank you for your information. It sounds really great. I just wanted to ask you, what part of your protocol or infrastructure is blockchain, and what part of it is what Hedera is using? Because if I understand it, Hedera are a hash graph and not a blockchain. So what part are you actually using?
So in the family of blockchain, we talk about, sometimes it's synonymous, or the mechanism on how the blocks close have been traditionally on how you think of a typical and true form of blockchain. The concept of tokenization and being able to deploy a distributed ledger technology where tokens can run and execute transactions for us is what we looked at as a very interesting mechanism that does the same thing that a typical blockchain protocol would do. Instead, it is the method with which they provide consensus. And what that means for everybody is when a transaction is agreed upon by all the nodes and recorded on the ledger, when it becomes final, how do you do that? Typical blockchain, whether it's Hyperledger or other protocols, have had, having so many transactions in a block, and then close the block, and every block that closes creates a new block, and you have that kind of chain, which is called blockchain, right? Kind of like that traceability, and you cannot change the transaction from the previous block. Versus Hedera Hashgraph, instead of the block mechanism, they use a hashgraph mechanism, which is essentially connecting a bunch of nodes that talk to each other. And every time a transaction is getting executed, they have what they call the gossip protocol that really tells all the nodes that the transaction has been registered and is cleared. And then that's how it gets recorded on the ledger. So it is very technical at a granular level, but you get so much more performance compared to a typical blockchain and how it closes and how it records. So Hedera has been able to reach 10,000 transactions per second. And that is not possible, at least from what we know and what we looked at, on most other blockchains on an apples to apples comparison, right? So a bit of trade-off, whether you say, okay, this is not a typical blockchain, but it meets all the requirements, the immutability, the ledger mechanism, the node management, the hash graph, the visibility, the immutability of the ledger as well, but with a lot of benefits around performance and energy efficiency as well. Back to that. So no mining, there's no mining per se on Hedera. It's really, being able to issue tokens and with codes instead of actual mining.
Thank you. That's great. No, that's great, because I am very familiar with Hedera. I'm slightly working on a project with them in regards to remittance in Zimbabwe and Africa. So I'm used to I know what the council do.
I've been trying to find the Africa-based age barbarians. I would love to connect at some point, because the connection there, I'm a big believer in having grassroots community when it comes to educating and enabling. We fell in love with the protocol. We like the protocol, but it's actually very important for people to start building around in the countries that we work. That's what's going to make it very interesting. By the way, full disclosure, we don't hold any age bar. I'm not saying that because we want age bar to go up. We're not a holder. Protocol itself we think is very sustainable, and we like the team.
Yeah, and it does have the fast transaction speeds, as you do say in the protocol, which is why we're looking at using HBAR, because the blockchain technology just isn't fast enough unless you're going to make it more centralized, and that's what makes it faster. So I do understand it. I understand where you're using the difference in using Hashgraph, but saying blockchain just to make the ease of use of wording so people understand it. So I get that.
Correct. It's so low on what the difference is. Most people, and to be fair, even the Hedera team, right? DLT and blockchain are used interchangeably all the time.
So as detailed by Cadet, MTech directly harnesses the benefits surrounding Hedera for a number of use cases, most notably their core CBDC solution. So the active incorporation of Hedera's consensus service into MTech's core CBDC ledger solution is all due to the innate qualities and benefits Hedera provides, where Hedera's network and overarching consensus service enables the validation and execution of actions and transactions to be achieved more seamlessly, whilst harnessing the benefits surrounding Hedera, where Hedera offers high TPS, is highly scalable, and is a lot more energy efficient compared to alternative DLTs MTech may have looked at instead, where Hedera Consensus solution is the meanest network on the marketplace in terms of proof-of-stake crypto networks, where Hedera's network can validate and process a transaction at energy cost amounting to 0.02 watts of energy per hour per transaction. And this energy consumption capability is significantly less compared to alternative DLTs, including Cardano and Ethereum 2.0. So the innate qualities and benefits attached to Hedera's consensus service has led to MTech harnessing the benefits surrounding Hedera in their underlying Sandbox CBDC protocol, where the development of a Sandbox CBDC protocol by MTech, which again will harness the benefits surrounding Hedera's consensus service, is in view of improving financial activities and the modelling of CBDCs in a number of nations around the world, where MTech has been tasked by the Nigerian Central Bank and the Ghanaian Central Bank to create a pilot CBDC. So the creation of a pilot CBDC for these given nations will harness the innate qualities surrounding Hedera, and if these pilot schemes are successful, this could be quite beneficial and quite significant for the overarching Hedera network, as Hedera's public consensus service is actively integrated into this Sandbox CBDC protocol. So this means that potentially, if Hedera's public consensus service is utilized in such frameworks, when transactions across the overarching Nigerian and Ghanaian marketplace emerge, these transactions will be actively facilitated and validated by HBAR, again if such actions are managed and enabled on Hedera's public consensus service. So MTech's direct collaboration with the likes of the Bank of Ghana and the Central Bank of Nigeria is coupled with MTech also having a direct collaboration with other central banks and financial bodies around the world, including the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Haitian Central Bank. So extremely exciting in terms of how Hedera is looking to be directly incorporated into financial development and infrastructure, most notably in a few of the largest economies in Africa. So as well as Hedera's direct involvement in CBDC pilot protocols and developments, as detailed in the clip, Hedera's network is set to be taken advantage of in instances surrounding improving remittances to Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabwe finance minister has earmarked the utility of blockchain to improve diaspora remittances to the overarching Zimbabwean marketplace. So currently millions of Zimbabweans live abroad, and such Zimbabweans actively rely on legacy payment protocols to send remittances to their family members who are based and live in Zimbabwe. However, the sending of such remittances are extremely costly, and the sending of such funds can amount to 20% of the initial funds sent to such individuals. So this factor has led to the likes of the Zimbabwean finance minister and other individuals within the finance sphere within Zimbabwe earmarking and observing the potential DeFi may bring to improve remittances and other workflows surrounding payment protocols to Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabwe's finance minister has earmarked DeFi as a means of improving remittances to the overarching Zimbabwean marketplace and economy. So as mentioned in the initial clip, Hedera is looking to become involved in such protocols and development. So if Hedera's public consensus service, which is looking likely to be implemented into such protocols, is actively harnessed into remittance corridors to Zimbabwe, this will see significant increases to the demand for HBAR, where HBAR will be a means of validating and enabling the sending of funds to emerge and arise to the Zimbabwean marketplace. And as a result, the price of HBAR may see synonymous increases. So extremely exciting for HBAR token holders, especially over the long run, and as more financial bodies look to Hedera to improve their financial activities. So Hedera's active involvement or potential involvement in remittance corridors and pathways to Zimbabwe is coupled with Hedera already being involved in remittances to a number of regions around the world, where Hedera's governing council members, Shinhan Bank and Standard Bank, both actively harness the benefits surrounding Hedera's tokenization service and consensus service to improve cross-border payments which emerge and arise between South Africa and South Korea, where both of these banks will take on the benefits surrounding Hedera's tokenization service to mint stablecoins which are specific to the nations these given banks are associated with. So the creation of such stablecoins will improve the ability for funds to be passed between these nations more effectively, seamlessly, and cost effectively. And these actions will be underpinned and enabled through the intrinsic qualities surrounding Hedera's consensus service, where again Hedera's consensus service will mean that actions surrounding stablecoin utility and the sending of funds between these nations can arise more seamlessly at lower cost and at higher finality rates. So Hedera's direct involvement in remittances and CBDC protocols around the world could see Hedera becoming a key component within financial activities which emerge and arise between marketplaces around the world. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Do you think Hedera will be at the centre of finance and CBDC protocols? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.